Okay. Well, I have one before we get to concerns. The state, in a nutshell, the state board have waived the 20% calculation at the end of the year that the milestone of the EOC, you know, that grade counts 20%. Well, they waived that because the scores won't be back till like summer, middle summer or something. So they won't be back in time to calculate that 20% into the final grade. So what we have to decide is, what are we going to do? What do we want to do? First thing that come to my mind is just count the final exam. Anybody, anybody have any thoughts on it, or you can think about it and just get back to me. But they're waiving that 20% in the course.
That 20% is outside our 60/40.
Right.
Why can't we just?
Because we have to do something that costs 20%. They waived it, but we have to come up with another 20%.
Okay.
Yeah, because we do it outside of our final exams, and
Yeah.
our final exams count.
15.
Right, but according to this, you have to replace that 20% with something. So it counts 15. The easiest thing to do, in my opinion, is just count the final exam 20%, because I've got to email Amy what it is that we decided. So you kind of poll your people and just kind of let me know, so I got to email Amy by Friday to let her know what we're going to do.
So if that is if the scores aren't back till summer, how is that gonna go for our teacher evaluations with the
Just be
students?
lagging data like everything else. It'll just be lagging, and then your student growth percentiles will just be calculated later. So when we do our summative evaluation, it'll be based on everything else except this student growth percentiles. Okay, those letters, you know, we're doing the parent letters. I think the deadline is tomorrow morning, because we got the committee already set. So please have those letters to them first thing in the morning, so they can go ahead and get started stuffing envelopes and mailing them out. Okay? If you haven't already.
I wonder if, and Karen might can tell us this, if anybody has been in there in the library filing them.
There has been.
There has been.
I looked at the list, it's not.
Well, usually the first 9 weeks, the first one, there's not a whole lot. That's
Okay.
usually our slimmest pile anyway.
Okay.
So, we still have to stuff 1,000, or 800 and something letters, because we did the Hawk Heralding.
Right.
But, you know, it's still not as hard to do if you don't have a lot of letters, so.
And then there's extra letters in the mail room, those pink letters. Also, just kind of update on the construction. We had a little bit of an issue with air today, and what they had to do was go up on the roof and reset, and then they came around to the rooms and turned them on and just put them cool manually, and the air people will be here tomorrow to see what happened. So that's another one of those flexible deals. And of course, we got parent night coming up. And please tell your teachers on parent night at the beginning, I need all the teachers in we'll do it in the cafeteria. I need all the teachers in the cafeteria, because I'll introduce the new teachers, but I always kind of have the teachers stand up. And you know, we try not to allow parents to come down the hallways and things like that. And then, like normal, I'll release you a little early so you can get to your rooms and get everything set up. They're starting, just to update you on construction, they're starting the demolition and abatement process on the old part of the school. If you've been over there lately, they've got a wooden principal's office on the other side of the hall. And they're starting in the demolition and abatement process. So those double doors, when you're coming into the cafeteria or exiting the cafeteria, those double doors will be closed and chained. So those classes, Mr. Price, Miss Andrews, Miss Mattman, they don't have to be relocated, all right, until that process is over. So it's starting to happen. The demolition will actually start on September the 15th. Right outside the band door, if he hadn't already, he's gonna put up has he put it up already? Okay, he's gonna put up a wooden wall, that right where Miss Gardner's room used to be, right there on the corner, it's a wooden, you can't even go down that hall anymore. Anything over there, if everything is not out by Friday, then it's going down with the, that's, you know, we
By
can't go
Friday?
in there by Friday. Yeah. So anything over there that you may have left or you need to get, we're working on something.
I went and tagged everything
Did
today
you?
after I
Okay.
talked to you.
Okay. And I think, let me ask you this, if we have those chemicals moving, those tubs, that there's some little
Those
trays in
bins,
there.
We got tons of them.
Yeah, can we set them in there and move them over and transport them
Yeah,
that
and it's
way?
just one cabinet of chemicals that needs to be moved. The other 3 cabinets are all hazardous chemicals that have to be disposed of
Oh, in Miss?
in Miss
McCaskill's
McCaskill's prep room.
Okay.
Right, and then there's 2 in the biology prep room, and then there's some chemicals in the physical science lab back on the counter that I've tagged for you.
Okay.
All those have to be
Has
disposed
to be
of.
disposed of.
And I
Okay.
wrote on there, dispose of C. Melvin Williams.
Okay.
Because he was supposed to call Georgia College and see the proper disposal. And he said he thought he could just take them over there and let them do it. But he's the one that's supposed to be handling the disposal of those chemicals.
Right.
And then there's one cabinet that won't open and we don't know what is in it. And I put on there, I mean, it's been there for 100 years, but I just put on dispose carefully, will not open. I mean, I made notes.
Tagged it, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So we got tomorrow and Friday.
Which is fine.
And are there still boards up on the wall, like bulletin boards, dry erase marker boards over there? Okay, so if I want mine, maybe one of mine that's still in that room, I just need to go tag it?
Well, we got, we have, I think they're gonna do something a little different on those boards. We're still trying to, you know, initially it was pull it down if you want them. But
Right.
then I think they were concerned about the not matching. I think they're gonna do something a little different.
Okay.
So I'll let you know once
Okay.
that is done.
So I don't need to worry about
Okay,
that.
so that's kind of what's going on with construction.
What about, we had books in the locker room, I might have missed this.
No.
They need to be, I just want to be sure my logistics were
Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
They're fine.
It won't
Okay.
affect the books. Now, eventually, what we're gonna have to do, those books in the locker room, eventually gonna have to come out of there.
Okay.
All
Right
right,
now
the
we're-
locker room is just a holding place because we had to get them, like for social studies, for example, we had to get them out of that part of the building. If you have not brought everything over to go into your workroom, that you have not, if you hadn't brought that stuff over, then you need to start working on getting that stuff over into your workrooms. If you have, then eventually we need to start putting that stuff back into our book rooms. Now, the old art room, I'm gonna turn that into a book room. So that's got plenty of space, and we'll figure out how we're gonna divide it up. And then, because I know English still have their old book room, but I know math don't have one, social studies don't have one, science.
We got storage.
Y'all good?
Mhm.
Okay, science is okay. So the old art room for math and social studies, and once we get it cleaned up, we can just put those books in there. That way if you need them, you can go get them and they're stored. But eventually we're gonna have to get all of that stuff out of there. And if you'll just, the books that you don't need, once we clear it out, if you just leave those books in there, then we know that those are ones that we have to dispose of. Okay? But we're okay in the locker room right now. Just eventually, be prepared to move those books.
I know this seems insignificant right now, but my prom stuff is over in one of the gym locker rooms. And, is there a problem with me eventually moving it over into that extra closet that's in that, you know, our extra lab? We've got that big closet. Right now, it's full of computers.
Oh, you talking in your
In our area.
That's your,
That's a pretty big closet in there.
yeah, that's
And so, I mean, I'd kind of like to have it pretty close by.
right.
At least you can think of somewhere else. I mean, I don't know where we will be assigned
That
to
sounds
work
like a good
this year,
place to
but,
me.
you know, I'll just like to have it close by.
Yeah. That,
I mean, it'll be a while. Is it okay where it is now? I mean,
Yeah, it's
because it's
fine.
been okay so far, and I
Yeah,
just
it's
kind of hadn't been talking about
yeah,
it.
it's fine.
Okay.
Just eventually, if you want to move to your area, that's fine. Okay. Any more updates? Administrators, y'all have anything y'all would add as far as what's going on? Miss Etheridge brought us a real nice picture of Miss Robin Etheridge. If you go into the main office, she's got an autographed picture of Governor Deal, who graduated from here in the class of 1960. So it's got a signed picture, and it says graduating class of 1960. And as you walk in and look on that, where the trophies are, it's sitting on the top. It's pretty neat. She brought it to us today, and we just put it up. So just something that she got done and felt like, since he was like the only governor that graduated from Washington County, thought that would be appropriate so the kids can see it. So it's pretty nice. So if you get a chance, just kind of look at it. Okay. Any concerns?
Coach Gray, almost every member of my department does not like the pass system. And each of them has their own little issues with it, and they really would like the option of going back to doing it what was convenient for them.
Okay, now, I'm gonna pull executive order on that one, because if you walk these hallways, I'm telling you, it's not even close.
Okay.
So we're gonna pull executive order on that, and I'll tell you why. Because if you're doing it the right way and leaving it up to the students, and I've been in classes where students have asked to go to a pass, the teachers don't even stop teaching. In the classes that I've seen it, I mean, the teachers don't even stop teaching. And I can't see how stopping teaching, writing a pass, you know, putting all the correct information on the pass, if we write it correctly, putting all the information on the pass is better than a student going to get a pass, teacher initialing it, and that kid going, kid coming back, sticking the pass in the notebook, and the teacher never stops teaching. And the issue, and I'll tell you, the issue with the way we did it in the past is that a lot of us didn't keep up with the documentation. And it was something else that we had to keep up with. But I can almost assure you, at the 9 weeks counseling session, I just asked the assistant principals not even to ask for the pass logs, because if we'd asked for them, it'd have been nobody had them. Well, I won't say nobody, but probably 99% didn't have it and didn't do it properly. And our pass system was so inconsistent. You know, I had students walking around with a board as big as that table with absolutely nothing written on it. Then we went to the orange passes. Well, we went to the orange passes, we got to the point where the kids were just grabbing them and walking. We'll stop them. We didn't know where they were going, what time they left, and things like that. Where with this system, with the kids filling them out, and also what's happening is students are really not using them. And I'm gonna tell you, the traffic in the halls, and those of us that's in the halls, it is Mr. Rayner